Hi, as jy wonder wat ek maak, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm busy. I was supposed to see a client today and they couldn't make it. So I thought, well, what can I do to fix this? So I decided I'm going to make a video of what I would have told her. And it's always more exciting when you do it with somebody in person. So this is my way of doing it in person. So I'm going to show you my philosophy and how I approach my business. And then you can maybe take from it what you like. It is meant for my channel. I have a YouTube channel called Marthie Inspirational Speaker, and this will go on there. So hopefully I'll make lots more. But anyway, so this is my secret. I've taken all the complex information that I've found and I put it in simple things, and I'll show you in a minute. And I'll be writing and talking a lot. It's probably going to take an hour, so bear with me. But it's very exciting. It's changed many people's lives, and I'm very excited about it, to share it. So here I have my hot chocolate, and I have my opportunity rings, and I have my paper airplane. You can see it's meant for, I actually developed this for teenagers, and I discovered that the people that look over the teenagers' shoulders got more out of it than the teenagers. Anyway, and then I have my little, I don't know if you played with this when you were younger, but marketing is such a complex thing. I thought I have to make it into something fun that you can work easily with, and you can measure your success. And then I have my opportunity rings. Now you can see my yellow is not printing, so that's supposed to be yellow. Opportunity rings, and then Stellenbosch is my example, but you can use your own community. You know, but it's always best to talk about something and things that you know of. So let's start with the opportunity rings. Now it doesn't matter who you are aiming your business at. So this talk is for people that want to figure out what they want to do in life and how they want to make their money, and then who they're going to sell it to. So I believe there's opportunity rings that exist, and this you'll recognize from Erickson's development stages. Actually, there's a little picture here of a baby all the way to a senior. Can you see all the age groups and who's going to be interested in your products? And I took this and I made it circles, and you'll see the circles. This is the babies. This is the purple ring, which I think is the biggest opportunity, kids from in grade 7. And then you have the grade 12s that's still in school. And then you have the red ring that is youth that's not finishing school and they've dropped out. And then you have the green ring of youth that's working and they're contributing to the society, paying taxes especially. And then the yellow ring that's gray at this stage. This is people that's fallen asleep. They're asleep in their life. And then you have the blue ring, which is seniors. They are very resourceful. They are a very good resource to go to. And then you have the two outside rings. So one is tourism, which is like sponsorships, locals, expats that come to visit, foreigners that come to visit. That's a source of income. And then also house concerts and corporate events and sponsorships. So that don't necessarily fall in these rings, but there are groups of people that you have to take into consideration. So that's the opportunity rings of where you can start looking for business. And then I think I'll get back to the Stellenbosch dorpies a bit, or maybe I should just do it. So this is Stellenbosch dorpie. So in Stellenbosch, it's a very cultural diverse community. So you have different dorpies. So in our case, you'll have Clutersville and the farming communities, Idas Valley, Jamestown, Kaimandi, Klapmuts, Kaimoor, Pinel, Wraithby, Stellenbosch Central, Flottenburg. Now, if you know, a lot of these communities speak different languages, they have different cultures, different ways of doing things, different ways that you speak to them. For example, when I speak to people from Kaimandi, they always say, oh, I will go and speak to my guys. So they make decisions in groups where Stellenbosch Central will be lots of students where they will hang out in their faculties what they study, and they're difficult to reach. Most of the year they're not accessible because they have holidays. When they're not on holiday, they're really studying, so it's difficult population to reach. And then, for example, Peniel and Kaimora as a long distance to drive. So you have to take certain things into consideration, like geographics and demographics. How many people live there? How do they travel from A to B? What languages do they speak? Like Kaimani speaks Xhosa. And Stellenbosch Central, you'll find a very big population of seniors, and they speak mostly Afrikaans. So yes, there you go. And then you have very affluent business people as well. And then my vision for Stellenbosch is that we have hubs in each place that will have a couple of stations. Now these stations look like fun, and they are fun, but they're also designed to have a bigger purpose. So for example, if I say music, I mean edutainment, creating knowledge, discipline, innovation, and self-motivation, self-esteem. There's a lot of things that go with music. You can just say, oh, I'm just singing, but yes, I can be singing, and if you repeat the words, you get full marks for your paper on TB, because the words is a summary of the work. Drama, you can say public speaking and service deliveries. If you can't say your name and what you're about, it's very difficult to go for a job interview. So drama teaches you to think out of the box and think on your feet and have confidence. So it's like public speaking. You can even add stuff like Toastmasters here. I'm a very pro Toastmasters person. And then you have the job club, which well, maybe just do visual arts first. Visual arts is how you do proposals and project writing, and how do you design your business cards. I often see people that design business cards, and I know business cards because I collect them, that they design business cards that's not aimed at their population. They'll have business cards in bright purple, and it's funky and fun, but the target market is seniors, and seniors have difficulty reading, so you have to have bigger text and more plain backgrounds, so that it's easy for them to read. So stuff like that. Or you have a boarding card, and it's meant for children. You know, you have to think about your target market. So this is where visual arts come in, is to present yourself, make a poster, do social media posts. So all of that is to put colors together and make it work so that it's visually saving you time and money. And then the job club brings it together. This is where you learn computer skills, you have access to careers and consulting and planning, and put heads together to do job creation. And also for people to show up, to say, we're available, we're going to make a plan B and C, and learn skills while we wait for the right job to come around, or even to upskill. So, yeah. So that's my opportunity rings, and this is the community center and resource center industries that I think will make a big difference, especially in Stellenbosch's diverse community. So now let's start from the beginning. From the beginning, this is an airplane. All of these are songs, actually. I'm still going to bring out the CD about it. So this is an airplane, and you're the pilot. So first thing you want to know is who's driving. I want to be a so in this case, I'm going to put it into, I'm going to be an edutainer. Edutainer, and my name is Marthie. Edutainer for kids, and I want to target MPOs. Okay, great. That's my vision. Now you can have lots of these airplanes, and later on you realize some of them work better than others, and some they have timelines. So you might put some of them in the garage before you take them out to actually use it. So yes, do you want to go to Paris? Do you want to see the world? Do you have the right ticket to where you want to go? So this little guy wants to go to Paris, and he's got 365 days to do it. And this is how big his house and car is going to be. So you have to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, you don't know where you're going. A lot of people will tell me, Marthie, I can do anything at all. And the thing is, if you do anything, I can't help you because I don't know where to start. It makes it too difficult for me. Rather tell me, you know what, I'm good with people, but I'm not that good with animals. Or I'm good with, I'm on time and I'm reliable, but I don't like working with front line, I want to be back line, shoveling snow or ground or earth or I don't know, something like that. But in a way, you have to make it easy for people to understand where you belong, because anything that's too wide. So there you go. Do you want to go to Paris? Now what you need to do is, do you have the right ticket to where you want to go? I always say you can go to Paris, Klein Paris in Paul, or Paris in the Free State, or Paris in France. So you have to make sure that you're aiming for the right destination. And then you have to make sure, look at the people that journeyed. Some of them didn't make it. They, I won't say they're failures, but they haven't found their golden path yet. So learn from their mistakes, because that's valuable. It's lessons that you don't have to learn. And then also people who made it and what's their secrets. And a lot of times people make the mistake, they don't ask people how to do it, because they have to tell somebody, but they might not have the answer, or they've never been asked to give an answer. So yes, so you have 365 days to Christmas to decide where you're going to go on your way to Paris. So pick your role models and who made it and who didn't make it, so that you can understand what success looks like for you. So this is the wheel of life. You'll recognize that a lot of people use it in coaching. Now there's a couple of areas. When somebody asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm good. It's a snapshot. I'm good today. But that can mean a couple of things. I don't know who filled this in. Sometimes I give it out with presentations. But anyway, so you can ask yourself, how am I doing with my career? And you give it a point out of 10. That's being 1 and that being 10. So this person did well with their career. Money, out of 10, maybe an 8. Health, maybe a 5. Friends and family. Now I would do 2 here. One for friends, one for family, that you can see, well, I'm getting along with my friends well, with my family not that great. And then significant others, how much would you score that? Or romance, or somebody that's meaningful in your life. And then personal growth, are you investing enough time on yourself to better yourself? And then fun and recreation, are you having enough fun or not? And then physical environment, are you safe? Do you feel secure? Do you live in a flat and you want to move up into a bigger house or a smaller house? So all of this plays a role. If you ask, how are you? Then you know, I am good, but this is what it means in my situation. Maybe some people will say, oh, I don't have any money. And then you'll know, there is one problem we have to fix. And for me, at one stage, my personal growth was very high. So I had to tone that down a bit and put more time into fun and recreation. So there you go. We get workaholics like us. So this is just to measure how you are today. And actually, if you do this, you have to put a date to say what's the date that this snapshot was taken, because it does change. And then you can see if you've made progress. So you're going to go to Paris. You're looking at your role models and the people that didn't make it. You're looking at how you are today. Now, this is what I call your superpower. It's the you are the window. Can you see? You are the window. It's very important to know stuff about yourself, and that allow other people to tell you stuff that you didn't know about yourself. So, for example, things others know about you and things that you know about yourself is the arena. So that's the big space where everybody knows everything there is to be known. And then there you have your blind spot. Your blind spot is stuff other people know about you, but you don't know it. So if I ask you, who do you think I am? Neil Stacey the other day said, well, you're a live wire. Live wire. Or you're a songwriter. Or mommy, you're a singer. Or you're a songwriter. Doesn't matter. But the point is, this is what people think you are. And then the facade is stuff that you pretend to be, or you try to say that it's one of your strong points, but it's not necessarily. Like I would say, oh, I can speak Xhosa, but I mean, I haven't spoken a lot of Xhosa recently, so I wouldn't even try to say that I can speak Xhosa. But so the idea is that you open up the window bigger, especially when you allow people to tell you what you're good at. You know, Marthie, you're really good at inspiring people or whatever it is. So, but it's important to know your superpower. I'm always 5 minutes late for appointments. So that's my weak point. So it's good to know that, you know, if you want the plane to leave on time, it's probably not best to make me the timekeeper. Ask somebody else. But if you want to make sure that the suitcases are organized, I'm the best person because I'm very organized. And then the unknown is a block that nobody knows, not you or anybody else. So there you go. The next thing I want to talk about is who's flying the airplane. Now you can see that there's 4 leadership styles that you can use. It's, in this case, you can see it's the pilot. It's a couple of young kids. They're flying and they're going to get it airborne, but I don't know if they know where they're going or if they have enough gas, or petrol. So this is the pilot. Let's say the pilot. This is the air hostess. She makes sure everybody gets on the airplane. So she says, come on, come along, come along, come along. It's your turn to come on. This is a wonderful plane. We're going to Disney World or we're going to Paris. And for me, I'm very good with getting stuff started. And I'm good with getting people on the plane. But usually they leave on the back. They leave through the back door. I'm not always good at keeping them there. So I know if I have a partnership with somebody that's good at making sure, this is the motherly, this is the mother, this is the air hostess. So the mothers are like, do you have enough water? Oh, how are you feeling today? Do you need a blanket? And they worry and faff. It's like a little mother for you. It's brilliant to have them on the plane because they worry about stuff. But if they are flying the airplane, you'll never get there. You'll sit on the tarmac for the longest time. But mothers are important because they keep the people from getting off the airplane at the back. And then right at the back, you get the nerds. The nerds are the ones that worry about what's the route going to be like, how much gas do you need, all of that things they worry about. They're not going to be good at flying, but they will need to have a conversation with the pilot to make sure that they have everything intact to be airborne. Now, it's important to know what your strong points are. Are you a pilot? Are you an air hostess? Are you a mother or are you a nerd? And for me, I know I'm good with getting stuff started and getting people on, but not keeping them. And the nerdy, I have a nerd ad I put on ever so often, but I can't keep it on. I'm too scatterbrains most of the time. So I have to focus on putting the hat on and being aware to make time to do that. Or if I have a team situation, to know, you know, I'm good at these things, but I'm not good at getting things started. So for my first project, I might invite somebody to be my pilot on the project so that I can gain confidence in doing that. So yes, it's a partnership. So you need all of all 4 to make the airplane go. Great. So the last thing on this page is happy, healthy money. Now, happy, you can see it looks like a little condom. You can have a baby by Christmas, but it's a decision you make. So there, the nurse kicks in. But these are the 3 things, happy, healthy money, that help you sell things easier. If what you are selling makes people happy, it keeps them healthy, it saves them money or makes them money, then they're interested. So whatever you're selling, if you can color it in with these colors, it's great because then it's easier to move it. So let's say you are selling something that just makes you happy, but nobody else, you know, sometimes it's more difficult to sell. So I'm going to change over to the other side now. Now, this is like the engine room and your value proposition and money in, money out. So this is a mini business plan. So what I suggest with this is You have to decide how you're going to make your money. You want money to come in, and it's going to cost you to be able to create the money there. And in order for you to get money, you'll have to sell either services or products. So you have to decide what's the services or products that you can make at this stage and what you can still develop. So what you have at this stage and what you can still develop is very important. So for example, if you're a drama student and you want to do edutainment, you've already have the capability of performing. So that's a service. So you can offer a drama service or do coaching or workshops. Products you can develop by, let's say, you selling finger puppets with your production, or you're selling posters that underscores your message, or you're selling books or DVDs with information on it, or a CD with music on it. So that's the possibilities of what you can still develop, or partner with somebody else to help you get there faster. So for me is write a drama about bullying, add Marthie's music, and sell it as a product. So then you can earn income with the drama that you offer at schools, and you can earn income from the CDs that you sell by getting commission on each CD, for example, or selling workbooks. Now, this is going to cost you money. So money out would be, you're going to print the books. You're going to have to take time to write the book. So that's time out of your day. And services, it's going to cost you money to drive around and go see the schools. So that's petrol money, transport, you have to eat. So I think a lot of times you have to think of yourself in the third person. If it's somebody else was doing it for you, they were going to charge you for money, they were going to charge you for transport and their time and lots of things. So it helps to think of yourself in the third person, so that you start putting money and value next to what you're offering and putting on the table, because you can't always take it for granted, and it gives you more value in terms of what your worth is. So now we get to the engine room. The engine room is an interesting place where you're going to be working hard. There's not a lot of space, so you have to pick well to focus. So the first thing is, who's already on your side and working with you? So for example, your lecturer at the university, people you know that has contacts, people that has resources that you can partner and collaborate with. That's important. It's people you already know. Leads or handshakes is people that you have to get to know. You don't know them that well, but usually when you get to know them well, they pop into your buddy section, or they pop into your client section. Later, they might become a buddy. Then you get to do and to have. Stuff you have to do to reach your goals, to create the services and products that are sellable. And then the next thing is, so stuff you have to do. So for example, you have to write the script for the drama, or you have to get more actors involved that they can be part of the play. Or, yes, so that's, for example, stuff you have to do. And then to have, you have to have a camera for a day, or you have to get a cameraman to come and do the editing for you. Or you have to have a sound system so that you can do the drama presentation. So that's stuff you have to have. Sometimes you can rent it, but it's a rent to own. So there's a lot of opportunities here. Like for me, I have music software that I do a lot of my recordings on now. So leads, this is the handshakes. This is people that you still have to meet to make your dream possible. And this is, I often call it the hour of power, where I take 1 hour where I'm just so brave you won't believe, and I'll phone people and do things I won't do otherwise. And in that hour, I just have to hold my breath and do it. And once you start doing that, it becomes easier every time you do it again. And then you can increase your hour of power to 4 hours of power until you build up your stamina. And then you can see what we've got here is a funnel. It's a funnel of marketing, of how you're going to reach the people that you want to reach to get to your clients, the one that will actually buy your product. You know, happy face that's going to hand over money or value. So yeah, I have social media, traditional media, new media, and I have handshakes and networking. And that is what this is where my thingy comes in. So that's how you're going to reach people to start being interested in your product. Now you have to know who's your client. So this is where Erickson's development stages come in. Baby or infant, toddler, preschooler, school age, adolescent, young adult, middle age, older adult. So here you have everybody, and you have to decide what product you're going to sell. So if you want to target children, it's great, but they're not going to pay you. Your target market is actually young adults that's still adventurous. They want to young teachers that want to teach the kids stuff, or middle age, maybe parents or grandparents that want to teach the kids stuff, toddlers, about bullying, for example. Older adults, it's more difficult to reach them unless you have a very good product. For example, they will be interested because they can send it to overseas to their kids that speak English in foreign countries, so that they can access content in Afrikaans. So for example, that's what you can look at. So you think your target market is this, but then they're not paying. The children are not paying. The adults are paying. So they are your target market who you should target with your clients. And then you have to think, how are you going to get it to them, the distribution? If you're going to offer a play that's going to be shown at a school, you have to be physically there. So that means 60 kids or 600 kids for that 1 hour. You have to drive there. Everybody has to be present. It's a big thing if something goes wrong. Another way is to videotape the first show and sell it as a DVD. Now the DVD you can upload to YouTube. You can use it as content on a television, or you can sell it as a DVD that can be mailed. So there's a lot of ways that you can access your target market. And then after that, let's say you have workbooks you can sell through Amazon. So there's different ways. You can, for example, you can say, well, the same product can come in different shapes. Let's, for example, you can do a workbook, but you can do it in Braille, or you can do it with sign language, or you can do it with I don't know, mood music. So there's lots of options. You just have to decide how much you want to focus. So, for example, Yanni the Toy, when he does his shows, his programs are actually printed in Braille. So that's very interesting. He has a partnership with the deaf community to help them do their marketing. And I'm sure that leads to sponsorships or mutual value exchange. So this is the mini plan. It's very easy to put together and to quickly fill one in. I actually have one for each of my personas: singing, songwriting, inspirational speaking, and nursing. And when I have that, I spread my week out: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mondays and I do admin. Tuesdays I do nursing. Fridays I do nursing. And then I'll take my nursing plane out. And Wednesdays I'll do music, singing. Thursdays I'll do songwriting. And so I have an airplane for each day that I focus on, and that's how I get a lot done. So that's the airplane with the business plan. And just to recap, you've got your products and services, your money in and money out that you're going to be earning your money with, and then who's going to help you, what do you need to do and have, how you're going to reach them, how they are they going to receive the product, and clients, who are they and what do they look like. And if you can make them happy, healthy money, you're in business. Now the last thing I want to touch on is the Foursquare marketing. Now I've developed this because it's very involved to do marketing, because it's so big and it can be exhausting. Now this actually runs over 12 weeks. 8 weeks work, 2 weeks setup, and 2 weeks playing out. And I found that 8 weeks is perfect to do. 2 weeks to set up, to conceptualize what you want to do, and then start with the project. And then when you're done with the project, just give you 2 weeks to recap and wind down. It's very important for that, otherwise you tend to overwork. So you'll see my themes here. What I have is traditional media and new media, social media, and handshakes and networking. Now what you must realize is this is building. It's not just one event and it's over and you burn it. you have to build, and it takes years to build a good business and relationships, all about relationships. So if I open it up, you'll see much better. So traditional media is the old-fashioned way of marketing. So you'll have television, radio, newspaper, and magazines. Now, the moment you're talking about press, you have to know two things. It has to be interesting and important. If it's not interesting and important, nobody cares. And then you're not going to be in anything. You know, it's not another event if you're breathing, but it's an event if you have your birthday in that year. So that's the type of thing you're looking at. What's the thing that happens that people should pay attention to? And this is the different ways people are going to pay attention. And you'll see what I have here is your current and your targets. How many times have you been on radio, and how many times did you actually... So just to measure, what is your past success, what's your current success in this project? Newspapers and magazines. And then how many relationships you built. So this is a very easy way of looking at it, but it's actually multiple layered. So traditional media is the old way. More seniors go into this, and it's a very small part of their market. Then new media is people are starting to read all the old stuff on new mediums. They don't want to carry around the newspaper, so they have it on their cell phones. They're reading their newspapers, magazines, and blogs. That's a new way of advertising. Online television, radio, and YouTube. People are watching YouTube if they want content. So that's a new way of reaching your target audience. Now, the third one is a difficult one. It's the social media. Now, the thing about social media, it is really time consuming. So I suggest if you get to social media, you really have to put yourself on a diet or a plan of how many hours a day you're going to be spending, because it becomes very addictive of how you play the game. And yes, and you have to know that there's algorithms at play. So it's important. Every platform has got its own way of working. So we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, your own blog, Spotify, WhatsApp, Facebook Live, YouTube channel. All of these are very important ways to reach people. Some people are on this one, some people are on that one. It's a big playing field. And I think it's important to keep your brand consistent across the platform, so that when you have a 12-week project, that you keep one brand, one look, and then you push it out and make sure that everybody is reached. So obviously, traditional media, you'll need about 3 months, especially for magazines. And new media, a shorter timeline, 2 months, 1 month. Social media, long time before and on the day, hourly. It can be long and hard work to work on social media. And then this is the most important one, is handshakes and networking. So this is like posters, business cards, flyers. It's people that they can take it home and own it, keep it as a bookmark. That's how they put it in a handbag and discover your business card. A year after, they'll phone you. So this is really, you can't just do something and think everybody's going to believe you're a chef today, but you've just decided. You have to wait, because people are going to phone you in a year and ask you if you're still a chef. And then your newsletter, 2-liners, intro. Okay, newsletter and 2-liner intro. This is very important. Actually, networking as well is to go to places where your target market will hang out. So if you want to speak to NPOs, you have to know where the NPOs meetings are. Do they have regular meetings, so that you can become a familiar face and understand their needs before you start developing products that you want them to buy. So that's why networking is very important. Doesn't matter if you hang out in the business section or small business or chamber of commerce, because the people that you're interested in will not be hanging out in the same space. And then your newsletter, that's a very important way of creating a close-knit community or clan where people are like-minded and believe in what you do, and you can influence each other and they become part of your winning team. The 2-liner intro is, you know what, there's nothing as bad as somebody that says, hello, and you ask them, what do you do? And they're like, wara, 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 10 sentences, 10 minutes later, and you still don't know what they do. So I really recommend, when I meet somebody, to tell me what's your passion, what do you focus on, what makes you tick, because that's what I want to hear. I'm Marthie, I'm the songwriter. I make the world a better place with my songs, and I specialize in edutainment. See, or I can say I'm Marthie, I'm the foot care nurse. I make your feet work for you and keep them comfortable so you can be independent longer. So it's just to have something that you can say, and then if somebody is interested in going to the third and fourth sentence of the conversation, you can elaborate. But if you can't say it in 2 sentences, you've wasted time. People don't have a lot of time. Even long-winded social media or newsletters, people don't have time. People want to do 144 characters and go home. So the 2-liner is very important, and the best way to practice that is actually to go and handshake 50 people's hands and tell them what you do. Because by the 50th person, you're out of breath, you want to go home, and the 2-liner is all you can manage, and that's the 2-liner you want. So people say practice in front of a mirror. No, but go practice on real people, because they'll quickly tell you what they think you do, and then you can correct and get to the perfect one. So in the middle, you'll see it's airborne. It's a little, it's where people can sign up for your newsletter. Can you see a little later? And www. All of this funnels to one place, and that is your website. So your website is where you catch all your traffic coming from these 4 sources, so that you can meet them in one place and channel them into what you are, your value proposition. You see? And you can win clients. And you know what I've found with some of my products? I think my clients are these people, and then they end up being these people. Or that. So you have to, don't always decide for people who will be interested, because they sometimes might surprise you. I have a children's CD that they use for Alzheimer's patients just because it makes them calm, and I thought it was meant for children. So I end up singing most of the children's songs to seniors because they like it so much. Anyway, that's the short and sweet of Pilot Your Success. It is the opportunity rings of people that you can reach, and then how you can break it down into a community. This, of course, is my philosophy of a musician partnering with community leaders to make what they have in the community popular, because a musician and artists have the fan base, and the community leaders need the fan base to roll out their programs. And if they work together, they can have access to funding and rolling out programs that will benefit the individuals. And then this is just a way of saying, are you going to Paris? Do you have the right ticket? Do you know who you are, how you are doing, and what's your superpower? What's your leadership style, and your little business plan of what you're going to be doing, how you're going to make money, and how much is it going to cost you, who do you need, how you're going to reach your target market, and then the exhausting thing of marketing. A lot of people develop stuff, but they never market it. They hope somebody else is going to take it and run with it. But the secret is, I heard somebody recently say, there's no elevator, there's just stairs. You have to take the stairs, unfortunately. So yeah, you're going to be taking the stairs and doing it yourself, because I always pick the opportunity to do the marketing myself, because you can't replace the value of a handshake. So that's the short and sweet Pilot Your Success. And I would be really appreciative if you, I'm going to post a link to my YouTube channel if you subscribe, because that's one of my goals, is to get 1,000 subscribers. And then I'm going to start moving out to my other channels of public speaking and singing and songwriter. But for me, my best part is to inspire people to find their purpose and run with it, and give them a couple of tools that can get them going. And it's possible. It's possible, but you have to sometimes have somebody that can run with you. So have a great day, and I hope to hear from your venture next.